Module 3 focuses on the types of teams and their purposes. We have looked at models of teams in Module 2. Now we're going to apply that to different types of teams and what their agendas are. To do this task, we're going to be looking at the multi-tiered support system, the RTII model, and we're going to be looking at TIPS. In looking at the multi-tiered support system, an effective tool is viewing the Patan presentation, database decision-making across the tiers. Within this presentation, there are several of the most important factors associated with both informing instruction and intervention decision-making within and across the tiers is shared in a very effective manner. So I invite you to access that at the embedded website. Now, let's pause the PowerPoint and discuss what important factors are noted in the Patan video with regard to focusing on database decision-making across the tiers of RTII. TIPS is the team-initiated problem solving. This is a framework to use during meetings, whether they be your PBIS, your RTI, your RTII, your MTSS, focusing on database decision-making to improve student outcomes, which is the purpose of all these modules, is to enhance your ability to utilize database decision-making strategies. Now, what is the foundation of the TIPS model? The foundation is based on effective teams establishing effective meeting foundations. That all those aspects that were discussed in Module 2 of effective collaboration, mutual respect, shared agendas, that there are meeting schedules that are respectful of all the participants and their agendas and their schedules, and which allows for members to attend the meetings. Meetings oftentimes have to be a matter of inconvenience for some people to be convenient for other people's mandated schedules, such as having after-school meetings because the teachers obviously need to be in their classrooms for most of the day, if not all. So we must make schedule meetings in a manner that allows attendance and encourages attendance. That there is a projected agenda and minutes that are available to the participants, and the participants take ownership of the need to read these minutes, to look at the agenda, and as we had talked about in Module 2, that the participants identify the resources that they are in possession of that would contribute to the agenda, which ultimately builds plans of action, intervention plans that achieve student success or other school-wide goals. In the TIPS model, the team's roles and responsibilities are clearly defined and assigned to team members with tangible, concrete tasks before the meeting, during the meeting, and after the meeting. And again, going to a lot of the information we covered in the models that we presented in Module 2 or Submodule 2 of the aspect of the leadership role, which is leadership, not domination, that everyone respects their roles and respects the leadership in taking charge of having tasks and responsibilities as a contribution to the team, but that someone needs to take the leadership to facilitate the distribution and the identification of those tasks. And that the solutions identified by the team can be approved during the meeting. That people don't leave the meeting because they have another agenda, because the meeting wasn't structured with enough time, or the meeting wasn't respectful of time, and some of the members kind of finished up afterwards that didn't have that pressing need, and then they, the word I don't like, dictated those tasks or that resolution to other members of the group without the respect of the other person's input. So the solutions need to be identified by the team and approved during the meeting. And again, that requires being respectful of time, respectful of using that time efficiently, or respectful of the persons that need maybe an additional meeting to be part of the consolidation process. Now let's take a checkpoint 2, stop the PowerPoint, and who do you see as principal members of TIPS team models in your school, and what would each of their responsibilities be, or within your organization? And there can be different teams. There can be administrative teams, there can be instructional teams, there can be a combined instructional administrative team, there can be a district team, there could be 6th grade teachers across the district. So think in your mind of the different teams that could effectively come together and share resources and have agendas that would move student success forward. Now, having an effective format that would facilitate a productive meeting is presented in this article. And this article is very, very meaningful and substantial and substantive because it leads to a chart that actually has a script for an effective initial meeting to move a committee forward on a firm foundation. So referencing this article and the subsequent references from the article to the Patan chart is an excellent way of understanding the composition, configuration, and structure of an effective team that is based highly on collaboration by their team members. Now, here is an effective data team model that you can observe the practice of a team. This provides you with some additional resources to build on with the TIPS model that are very interesting and enlightening that I invite you to reference and to examine.